Okay, guys, a very good morning to everyone. So, we have joining today Avinash, Snigdha, Varun, Vivek, Yashwant, and a very good morning to all the offline participants at Data Minds. So, guys, we'll just keep, wait for a couple of more minutes so that our other audience will join for today's session. In the meanwhile, let us, interact with each other so that we get to know each other. Of course, we will know more in detail in our regular classes, but on a very quick note, maybe you can give your introductions, just your name, say hello to the audience for all our friends here, and whether you are a fresher or a graduate or already currently working in some company, and you are aspiring to become a data analyst or a data scientist. Quickly, you can give your introduction so that our other audience will join, or our aspirants will join shortly. So before that, I will let me start. So basically, I'm Tarun Reddy, guys, and about our 17 years experience in the industry. Right from I started as a SQL developer, then becoming a project manager at Adip, and then later becoming a data scientist and a chief data scientist, and currently founder and working on multiple MNC projects across Middle East and US, majorly focusing on data science area. And currently we are in position in trying to create some products based on generative AI for our Middle East clients. I'm currently associated with a client name called Aldar. It's a property-based company from Abu Dhabi, right? And recently been visiting the client there for some requirement gathering on some of their exciting new projects. So particularly Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Middle East, these are very exciting areas where they're trying to make a lot of state-of-art AI related products. So I worked in Middle East, in Dubai particularly for 12 years and more. And a lot of things to keep conveying. Before I go ahead, I would like you to take little opportunity here. So anybody would like to start with, can you raise your hand or you would like to initiate? Snigdha, would you like to say something about yourself quickly? A quick note.
Yes. Hi everyone. I'm Snigdha. I'm currently working in Amazon.
Great, great. So you're aspiring to become a data analyst or a data scientist, Snigdha?
I would like to become a data analyst because I'm basically interested into analyst thing. So I'm just looking for the opportunity in this.
Great, thank you. Who is next? Who want to go ahead? Varun?
Yeah, hi Tarun. This is Varun here. So I've been working in Infosys from the past 10 years. So due to some reasons, there was a 1 year gap. So now I have worked on primarily have worked on SAP PI, and then I moved to SAP BODS. And from the past 3 years, I was into Delbumi. Hope you have any idea. It is a middleware integration cloud middleware tool. So now I would like to know more about this data analytics. What is exactly about? Like what are the job prospects in there? Because the market now it's dominated by mostly the AI jobs. So yeah, this is one of the reason I have joined the call.
Great. So I think you answered already that you are looking at data analytics point of view. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, our two aspirants were majorly focusing on data roles. I'll speak more about today in the today sessions about data roles. So before that, Naveen, go ahead. Next, who would like to take an opportunity here? Naveen, Vivek.
Hello.
Hi, Vivek.
Yeah, hi, sir. So I'm currently working in Tata Technologies. So I have 5 years of experience. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm looking to make a career switch. I aspire to be data scientist, but I want to start with data analytics and I understand the prerequisites of what data is. Yeah.
Great, great, thanks. Who is next? Who wants to take it? Yogi, Yashwant, anybody? Avinash. Okay. Then if fine, we will get to know each other more detailed in coming classes, in regular classes. So it's a good start for all of us. So one thing is important that everybody are looking forward for the data roles. We'll speak more broadly on what all different data roles we have, whether you call data analyst or you call data scientist or an AI engineer. So many of the audience might be, still thinking that is it a data science demo or a data analyst demo or an AI demo? Okay. So this is basically the agenda here to make you aware of what is actually a data role, which is a data science or data analyst or a AI engineer. So mostly people are getting a lot of confused. Are there all same roles or are they different? Or they are, like overlapping in the sense, are they are, people with multiple responsibilities? Definitely, I would say that it is overlapping. Okay, one thing you can take away from today's uh, agenda of conversation, what we are having is about these are all roles are overlapping. Overlapping means all are interconnected. Please keep it in mind. So whether you become, whether you start with a data analyst role or whether you start with a data scientist role or AI engineer role, so basically they come with little prerequisite. Okay. For example, somebody who is looking for AI engineer role, they should must definitely have a computer science background, IT background. Definitely AI role definitely requires. So, but again, data scientist, when you talk about data scientist, they may not need a CSC IT background or a degree or a bachelor's degree, but any graduate is fine for a data science point of view. The difference here, both are interconnected, please keep it in mind. And when we talk about data analytics person, again, any graduate can do data analysis. So, but all are in common with data. Okay, everybody are working as a data scientist or a data analyst or a AI engineer. Only the changes are prerequisites. Otherwise, you can see data analyst and data scientist are actually both require only any graduation, right? That is the first point. Secondly, focusing on whether a data scientist, if you start, whether you think that data analytics is more easier than to go get into data science, is it much any different in that? I don't say that there is any difference much on that. Any data scientist by default is a data analyst. Keep it in mind. So that means a person who is pursuing data science course, okay, by default, by definitely he has to know data analysis. Without data analysis or without data cleaning activities, he would not be able to work on the predictive modeling, or basically he couldn't able to work on forecasting or predictions. We'll talk about that also today. All right. So data analyst is a person who is working on more on historical data and preparing reports. So his focus area is not more on predictions or AI product buildup. His focus more is on report building. Okay. So today we have Rashmita, who is a 4+ years senior data scientist with us, and also data analyst senior 4+ years with Pavan. They're all expertised in helping you to learn some professional tools. So this is not a typical course or like other institutes where we are focusing one trainer teaching you all tools, because in reality, in real world, it is not one professional is working on all tools. So when as a senior head of a program or program head, we have different roles for people to identify. Okay, we have business analyst, we have project manager, we have team leader, and then again we have data scientist, we have data analyst, we have Python developer, we have software engineer. So many roles are there. So when so many roles are there, so obviously when you are learning some professional course, you would definitely would like to have one tool teaching one person teaching you one tool, a professional way. So this course is not one course, a data scientist or data analyst. This course is called full stack course, means it's combined of different tools. So every tool itself is a one course, please keep it in mind, everybody. If you're talking about SQL itself is one complete course. If you're talking about Power BI is a complete course. Python is a complete course. Means you're trying to master or at least learn the tool individually every wise. So you may not be become master within 3 months or 6 months, that where you will be, top ranked Python developer or a data scientist or a data analyst. Please keep it in mind. The idea is to learn and start working in the industry. First idea, first target is first you learn the tool, then get a break in the industry, start working with that tool. The more we work, the more experience we gain. The more we work means based on more requirements we work. Okay, so many people have a lot of confusion that by just learning the course, okay, you will get a job. By joining some institute, you will get the job. By just doing somebody else is doing, you'll get the job. That's a myth. Please keep it in mind. That's a myth. So you have to first of all think practically, rationally, and clearly. With clarity brings you the goals. You can achieve your goals. By joining the course, your question should not be, uh, when will I get placement? When will I get a job? That's not your question. The question is that what all things I can learn from a particular curriculum. What all things a mentor can teach me. What all techniques or experience he can share with me. These kind of questions should be coming in your mind right now in this today thought, because working for cracking on interviews, it's a separate complete way of thought process. Learning and finding an opportunity are two different things. I will give you one example before we continue our session. If suppose, let's say, you wanted to become a cricket player, let's say Sachin Tendulkar you want to become, or a Virat Kohli, do you think directly they went to the cricket academy and told, will I play IPL or will I play national or Ranji Trophy or international? If that the question you ask, before even learning cricket, what will the coach will say? Tell me, please, anybody? On a funny way, of course. You did not even learn cricket, but you're already asking whether I will play IPL or Ranji Trophy or international cricket. That's nothing but foolishness. So, before, how you master your skills, how you train your skills, how you train on the tools, based on that, definitely a lot of opportunities are in the market from small companies, startup companies, mid-sized companies, MNCs. So, like just like any team, for every simple IPL teams, when they go for, why they go for auction? Because they want best players in their team, right? So IPL team goes for auction. Some people who don't follow cricket, just for now, understand. I will explain you a little later. So when we go for IPL auctions, why do people go for auctions? Because they want the best players. So companies also want best developers, best workers, best employees. So if not at least best, we can definitely fit in some good company based on the knowledge what we learn here. So the whole target for now, next 3 months, you should be learning more. Okay, so that should be the kind of questions. Definitely we will help you on the placement front of it. We will guide you, will help you. A lot of successful students who got placement through our guidance. Definitely we don't promise you, by paying this much cash you get this much job. That is all completely false. Don't fall for this. Fine, we'll continue today's session on that front. So we have different trainers for you on different tools. So with timeline, you can check with our consulting team. Definitely, they will help you on working on those things. So last but not least, when I said placement point of view, some of the questions people usually will have is about, I have gap, how do I cover it? I'm a fresher, will I get an opportunity in data analyst and data science? I'm a working professional working in industry for 10 years. I want to move from one, transform my skills. So for currently in the session, a lot of mixed audience what we have, are all freshers for me, or for data minds, or for this course, because you did not learn this course in a professional way earlier, and your aspiration is common. Only thing difference is that some working professionals may understand very fast. Their maturity levels are much clear, their goals are much clear, their roadmaps are much clear. Whereas freshers, they don't have experience, knowledge, or information, particularly I would say, how to crack interviews or how to get an opportunity, even though they have gaps. Please keep it in mind, anybody who have 6 months gap, 1 year gap, 2 years gap, 3 years gap also, it is an advantage for you. We will help you to, how do you make it as an advantage rather than, some kind of a negative. So we will help you all this during our course. We will talk, interact. I will personally speak to every individual separately, you know, during our course, a personal consultation one-on-one with me, so that I can help you and guide you and prepare your profile. During your course, not only you're learning the course, curriculum, contents, tools, apart from that, we'll have interview preparation session series, sessions in the afternoon. And in the afternoon, again, we have some extra activities. Again, so this will all help you to keep you motivated, find your track, find your roadmap. A lot of things are there when you keep going. So this is all for your information, so that you understand that what makes us different from other people, what makes us different from other institutes or your learning academies. This is an AI learning center, data minds. We are not just only training center, but we are a product development company and a consulting company. That is additional part of it. So our clients do require a lot of profiles time and again. We'll help you and guide you through our community channels and portals. So before, let's get into started now, and let me share my screen. I think we have full audience now. So you can check our website for all these things. Okay, let's quickly jump into today's agenda. So we are very clear now. Yes, the understanding is very simple. We are all looking at to make transform our careers in 2026. Somebody may have 3 months time, somebody may have 6 months time, somebody may have 1 year time, or may not. If not at all, somebody are just learning for the sake of going abroad, or some people are learning to keep your skills on. So not everybody are job aspirant here. Everybody, most of the people also are would like to learn what things happening in the market in current trend. So which data career, if you see, I am very clearly mentioned here, not a career, but a data career. So you're all aspiring, why data careers? Simple. The simple answer is today we are talking about big data in the market. Okay, why big data? So today the amount of volume of data we are working with in industry is very amazing, very huge. Since 2013, you see that a lot of smartphones came into the market, right? So volume has jumped very high. We started using a lot of mobile applications like social media channels, on shopping portals, e-commerce. So what is happening? Everything is nothing but connected with lot of volume of data. That's nothing but big data. So to manage different companies, to manage this kind of big data at different velocities, what you mean by velocities? That means the Amazon, when you're purchasing, the payment tracking system, how it is happening fast to your different payment methods or payment options, all has to be tracked. That's again a big data. The more number of transactions in real time, the more number of the speed of the payment, the speed of refunds is very amazing. The payment gateways and all of it, right? So variety of data. So shopping is not just happening through some e-commerce website or even just like that. Shopping is happening even through Instagrams, even to Twitter, even to WhatsApp links. Lot of things are there. So not just this 1, 2, and 3, but very importantly is our confidentiality of data and also accurateness of the data. That's called veracity. So to address this 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are in a world of these 4 V's, which we call as big data, right? So now what is that, when as a data role, data engineer, data scientist, data analyst, can organization can try to sync all these four areas. So particularly a data scientist or a data analyst or a AI engineer brings lot of value for that. So your target is to bring that value from that big data. How are you? Value means simple again. Don't get confused. Value means profit only. Why? Because every company is looking at profits, right? So any company who is looking at profit, so they today who are not on digital world, people who are not managing their big data. Example, let's say Swiggy, any small restaurant or even the kiosk or carts, they are much more on online business today, right? And Swiggy is managing this big data. Swiggy is managing hundreds of thousands of restaurants, lakhs of orders, and that to payment methods. See, just Swiggy is one company, keep it in mind. Swiggy is just one company like Zomato, okay, is just a food portal, but it's a organization, right? So you are working as a data scientist in Swiggy and you want to make profits for Swiggy, then you have to manage this big data. So that is why you are learning this course to know for organizations how can you produce that value. So your value as a data scientist, data analyst is undeniable the most important role in 2025-26. So next at least 2050 you will find that these roles are important. Okay. So there are a lot of people who are in this data roles, like as I mentioned already earlier, a data analyst is typically can also be called as business analyst. Please keep it in mind. Both business analyst and data analyst are together same with small minor differences from company to company. But again, the major focus on data, in organization for pretty much all roles are also data analyst roles only. Keep it in mind. But a specialized data analyst is called a business analyst who understands the business very well. All right. So data scientist is undeniable. I told you again, he is very important. For example, the Swiggy organization, he will help to predict more or forecast reports. This guy prepares more of business reports. but this guy, data scientist, prepares or forecasting the reports or prediction of the reports. We'll try to see a couple of cases today. All right, and many more roles. I will not go into more of those things. Many more roles in the company. Not only you are the rocket scientist or data scientist or the everything of everything, but you are one role playing in the project. So today you will find variety of roles where across, including from project manager to data scientist to data analyst with different seniority and experiences. So you may find data analyst with zero experience. You may find a data scientist with 3 years experience. You may find data scientist with 30 years experience also. You may find business analyst with 0 years experience. You may find with 3 years experience. Here also you may find with 15 to 20 years experience. Different roles. Now, why did I say 30 year? Okay, don't again say, sir, data science was not 30 years back. No, data science was even before 100 plus years. Not today we are talking about, but it was not used in our day-to-day organizational level. It's been from practically, if you see some 2013 area till 2026, today 13 years, 14 years back, we started using more actively on this role. Why? Because when I say 100 plus years, because data science is purely based on a lot of statistical knowledge. That too, business statistics today we are using much more. So linear regression, logistic regression, when we talk about those statistical concepts in terms of algorithms, today we are using them in as a data science role. So again, data analyst must be thinking, sir, why are you using data science terminology? I may not be understanding or trying to grasp it. Please clear your mind. The session is for you to clearly understand difference between data science, data analyst, and AI, so that you can choose to become a data analyst and what that role demands for you. And you can't be saying that you will not know. Once you enter the company, you have to know everybody's role. Whether you were, even let's suppose you are a car driver also, you should know who are all which role they're playing in the organization. Don't tell me that I, because my role is this much, I will limit it. No, it's very important whether you become a data analyst or a data scientist. You should know your team members. You should know your team members, what all they are specialized in. Are they specialized in cloud? Are they specialized in infra? Are they specialized in database administration? Are they specialized in, and what is the tools they are using it? Very, very important. You want to grow, right? If you want to grow, you should know what other people are also doing. What is their own role and responsibility? How different you are from their role and responsibility. That gives your identity. You should know definitely what is the difference between data science and data analyst, because you should know what is a data scientist doing and what that you are not doing, or what is that you are doing and what he is not doing. Okay, you have to be very clear about these things. That is where it's called experience. See, our course is, or our conversations are more towards, giving you a weight on towards the experience point of view. Experience is something which I can share. I can't show you my experience, right? Except my profile or my LinkedIn profile. I can't show you how did I work 17 years. I did not make any video or reels, my 17 years work, right? But I can convey my story with you. So the senior people or experienced people can convey their experiences through this kind of, mentoring sessions. Please keep that in mind. So we'll have lot of connectivity on this kind of sessions topics. So moving forward, so it's clear now that you are looking for a AI or data science or data analytics role. Apart from that, trending technologies in data wise, data engineering, cloud, and cybersecurity, these are all there. But one which promises for next 10, 15, 20 years is definitely AI, machine learning, data science, and data analyst role. By default, I told you data analytics roles are covering in all areas. Why? Because you are primarily building some report building by using some tools. So I started my career as SQL developer. So was I a data analyst in my thing? My designation was SQL developer in 2008, but I did a lot of data analytics work on it. So data analyst by default is many more aspects of those. So this will help you to fix your salary, flexibility, impact growth. Why are you choosing this data careers as a data science and analytics? To help you to be stay focused and grow very fast. So you require definitely for this course to complete and to transform your career 3 months or 6 months. I don't have to tell these 4 pillars what you require: commitment, discipline, consistency, patience. So we understood that various roles are there in demand. The demanded role what you're choosing is data analyst or a business data scientist based on your likes and dislikes. So but before going ahead, let us see now here in real time point of view. This scenario will help you to understand. Now, normally what you see, you are a user. For example, you are using a Swiggy. Okay, again, I'm telling you are like an end user, a Swiggy, right? Front end, website. It's a website or a app, let's say. Now, what is this user doing? He is sending a request to to purchase some food or to do some kind of shopping, something is sending a request. This is what you see a blueprint of normally any application commonly. But what is the role of data scientist and analyst? I'm trying to show you here. So what happens? This user either logging in from a website or from any application, which is app we call, right? Simple app, Swiggy app. So what happens in the backend process? The people like you, me, data analyst, data science, with different roles, what they do, they build up this kind of mechanism. So what this information is passed on to the database. This request is passed on to the database. To work with database, you require SQL tool, or even the application would like to retrieve some information. They need to have a programming language, or basically a language which is nothing but SQL. Okay, query language. It is required for to work with databases. Okay, to whatever the response time, if you want that huge humongous data is there, billions of records are there, and you require the response time to be less than 1 minute or even less than 1 second, you require different architecting of the tools, like you call big data tools like Hadoop and Apache Spark. These are covered under data engineering. This is not, our focus is not on data engineering, please keep it in mind. So data engineer is someone architect level who is designing all this pipelining of the data and data world. So basically you understood that a request, a response, this is called API. Normally any from software world, they understand, or even basic knowledge they have, they know what is API. So the communication of request response, just like any software application, same thing is happening. Now what is the role of this data scientist and analyst? So this is not just one application, there could be hundreds of applications. So all are interacting with one common thing is database, right? So now your area is analytical person, analytics. Data scientist and data analytics people both comes under analytics umbrella. So they are retrieving the data in real time. In real time, whatever the Swiggy user is asking, if user is asking the delivery time, estimated delivery time, what we look at, right? Estimated delivery time. The first thing, one common thing in Swiggy, we all look at very important feature. It's not just food delivery app. It is will tell you that your food will reach in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's called estimated delivery time. This estimation is nothing but prediction, right? So what is it doing it? It is basically helping us to predict the time for your food delivery time. Your food delivery happens in what time? That is the important feature. That is nothing but your machine learning feature, which is data science feature. A data science feature, right? So how many orders you did for the month? How is the business happening for Swiggy? And what were number of orders yesterday? And what was the revenue collected yesterday? What was the revenue collected for last month or last quarter? This kind of insights are done by data analyst in real time, again in real time. So you find that this is already common with lot of things in industry from last 20-30 years. But what new change has come last 15 years or typically around 20 years is this analytics area. For insights, data analyst; for predictions, data science. Okay, we have a lot of variety of tools in the market, okay, for visualization tools. So today, as we go ahead, we'll speak more about it. But one thing understood is that this basically analytics is nothing but 4 areas we can divide this analytics. One is descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So this descriptive analytics is basically data analytics. This predictive analytics is nothing but data science. So as I've told you, big data, your target is to make what? Profits. So you're bringing in value by what? By insights, by patterns, by association, predictions. We'll teach you in our entire course the how to bring the value from the big data, making profitable business reports by data analytics and by data science. So major differences here between data analytics and data science is only tools. SQL, Python, both are common for both. So you're learning course 1, course 2, course 1, course 2. SQL will be taken up by Rashmita or Pavan. Again, Python by Rashmita or Pavan. So Power BI again expertise by Pavan. Again, machine learning I will help you and Pavan will help you on those. Deep learning I will be taking again. Abhishek will be taking. So we have variety of experts helping you to complete course after course to expertise the tool rather than It's not just attending the course and leaving the course. It's basically learning the course and transforming your skills. Till you transform, we are here to help you. So this is the ideally you can take photo of this picture or take a screenshot. This is will be very helpful for you to understand the difference between data science and data analytics. This is a self-made picturization for you. You'll not find anywhere in online all of it. You can take a photo if you want. The basic understanding you'll get. So high-level understanding is very important. So I've already told you, but basically focusing on predictive and descriptive. So what happened will help you to prepare reports. Predictive, what will happen? Forecasting the report, right? So other two are just pretty much passive, but in real time we use descriptive and predictive roles for data science and data analytics. I will just let you before coming. This is all more of data analytics, role people who start preparing a lot of visualization tools using Power BI, and Pawan will show you a little shortly demo on that part of it. But before I take you forward for those. So data analytics people are basically focusing on what? Preparing business reports, MIS reports, financial statements, website analytics, academic performance, monthly and all, quarterly and all of it, this kind of reports. So when we come about data, data analytics people are using Power BI, Python, Excel, SQL. You'll have a demo of each and every tool shortly. The idea is to prepare, understandable reports for the business. Why? Because with the help of data, with the help of this kind of visualizations, the manager, the CEO, the CFOs, they are making decisions. Today, the management is not making decisions just based on some sentiment or experience. They are making data-driven decisions. So today, world big data, what we are trying to do, you as a data analyst are helping the management to make a data-driven decisions. It's not somebody's mistake. It is purely data evidence, right? So similarly, data science point of view also. So data scientist is slightly morely a data scientist, data analyst, but with addition of statistics and programming, okay, which will help him to create some predictions and also help people make decision making. That's nothing but predicting. Very majorly is predicting. So data science is nothing but using data to solve problems and make smart decisions. So please keep it in mind. This is very important layman's terminology I'm using it. We will try to start the contents with basic level, basic to intermediate to advanced level. If I am showing you 17 years experience in this agenda or in this current demo, I think you will never catch up anything whatever I'm speaking. Okay, so the idea is to help you from 0 years to 1 year to 2 year to 3 years experience, minimum 3 years experience. Okay, so that is idea. So data science, again, you have tools like added tool here is morely focusing on machine learning, because the predictions can happen only through machine learning, and by default you're learning some open source tool Python. There are a lot of softwares for machine learning in the market, but 99.9% country various countries and different organizations prefer only Python based machine learning. Why? Python, if you learn Python in simple and straightforward manner, a lot of libraries, APIs are there which are freely available. If it's not like, when you can get some product free of cost, let's say in mostly 90% of people like you and me, everybody, whenever we are downloading some applications from App Store or Google Play Store, we are just basically downloading free applications only, right? Okay, I might have just couple of apps which I have purchased for some finance related, account manager or some kind of personal activities or professional related. Apart from that, 90% we all try to download free applications. So companies also have some kind of free open source softwares which are powerful and leading softwares. So many companies are preferring Python, not Microsoft machine learning or Amazon machine learning, because they have created machine learning softwares, of course, but mostly the companies would prefer a combination with Python and machine learning. This is a very clear message for people who are aspiring for data science. And if at all you want to learn the latest generative AI, agentic AI, or quantum, AI, whatever we speak about it, definitely first you should know Python and machine learning. Without this, it's not like, without even completing your 10th standard, you're trying to go to engineering and master's program. So first, it's mandatory, like a minimum criteria for you to learn machine learning with Python, so that you can understand advanced techniques like deep learning and other things, generative AI or agentic AI, or any more new technologies which are coming. So mandatorily, these are definitely there. SQL, Python, I need not to say. anybody who are trying to learn some, new courses in IT in data world, definitely SQL is mandatory for that. So data scientist or data analytic people, what you commonly do? Both. Definitely you collect data, clean and analyze and build models. Okay, you do regularly these things for sure. Okay, before I take you, okay, or hand over the session to before Rashmit or Pavan, I'll show you quick demo of a little how a Python looks like, and I can show you a small prediction here. Let's say I'm just opening now terminal in my MacBook. I'm showing you the navigation in MacBook. I'm opening a terminal. Python is loaded here. So I'm just opening one of the IDE, Jupyter notebook. It's opening, and Python is like a child play. Trust me, that's truly a child play. So you can play around with it. Opens in a web browser here. Somebody who is very first time to the Python, and I can start working with any new session here. It's not like unlike a C or a Java. It is one of the simplest, easiest environment to work with. So you can have. I'm just writing here. Let's say 1 + 1 is equal to 2. So straight away, I don't have to declare like, what have to declare, what kind of data type is this, and all those things are there basically in other programming languages. But this is like just a kids play and a cakewalk. Let's say I'm writing hello world. Okay, let's say if I want to know today's date and time, simply I will import date time a library name. Yes. From this date and time library, I'll just choose, let's say date time dot date time dot today. Simply like this, there are hundreds of simple libraries where I can start do analysis with the data and start predicting. I will show you one simple demo of how prediction happens. Let's say I'm taking one of the existing file, demo prediction. You can see I'm focusing on this sklearn package. Like this, you have packages, and just now I imported like date time, right? Similarly, you have pandas here. Pandas is for data manipulation. We'll teach you all different libraries in this pandas during Python sessions. When you are working with machine learning, a separate course, machine learning, will teach you how to work with sklearn libraries. You don't require any prior IT or programming background to learn this. On the website, machine learning with Python, it says simple and efficient tools. Usually, any statistical programming or mathematical, they are not simple, but it says simple. Why? Because how to cut, copy, paste, right? That is only the knowledge what you require. Cut, copy, paste for your code, you don't have to, but you should know how it is working. We are not asking you to learn the entire advanced level of calculus or mathematics. We are telling where you can use and what is the purpose of it. So that will be helping even non-IT or non-mathematical or non-BTech background people. So just I'll show you one prediction. I'm going to just simply take some dummy data. Okay, I'm taking dummy data called age and height. I'm trying to predict either age or height based on either parameters. Let's say I'm creating a data frame, and I'm just going to quickly see that it's loading. I think it should not take this much time. Let me just restart it and run it. Okay, you can see some data I have taken here, age and height. I'm trying to perform a prediction here now. Please keep it in mind. I've taken a 10 records dummy data, and the minimum age is what? 15. The maximum age is 25 with 165 centimeters, right? So what I'm doing here, can I predict for 26 age, or can I predict for in between 19 and 20? Whatever the machine is getting trained, and what can it predict? Let's say I'm just training the data here by using these algorithms, which is called linear regression, a statistical technique. And what am I trying to do? At age value 25, I'm asking the machine, you predict me the age. So I'm running this now. What is predicting? At age value of 25, 167 centimeters, 0.194 is a machine prediction. So you can see here at age 25, okay, age 25, actually in historical data, it is 165, but machine has predicted 167. So it is wrong or not wrong. So basically, we don't say it is wrong or correct. We say what is the difference, or we call the bias, means or bias, means or error. We call it in this terminology. How much difference? 165 minus 167, around approximately minus 2.194. So the prediction here, the accuracy of this model, prediction, what is happening? The difference or bias or error is minus 2.194. We are not saying it is 100% accuracy, or if it gives 165 of 165, that is, we are not asking it to memorize. We are asking it to learn from the information and then predict its, learning the pattern, then you predict. So it's prediction. So it's not saying that it is giving 165. Normal softwares usually what will give, they'll give you accurate information. But now currently, let's say I'm trying for age 26. Your question is, sir, it should give me 165 accurately 100%. Now why it's not giving? So now for example 26 age, then if I'm asking for age 26, will it give me error or it will give me prediction? My question to you guys online, everybody. Now currently the data is for till age 25. When I predicted for age 25, it is giving me 167, right? And the difference is minus 2.194. Now I'm asking for age 26. Will it give me answer or error? My question to everybody. Snigdha, Avinash, Akash, Akanksha, Manish, Narsimha, Naveen, Sheikh. Will it give me an answer or error?
Answer.
Error. How many people say error? Okay. Let's say, okay, please, anybody would like to answer it? Give a try. Give a try. We are not trying to, you have not learned this subject yet. I'm just asking you casually.
It will
Vivek,
give
what
answer.
it will answer? Great.
It will give answer.
Very good. And why do you think it will give me answer?
Since it's a predictive model, then it should predict something.
Perfect. Perfect. Anybody else would like to add anything more? Okay. I hope. Okay. Please say one in the chat. Everybody following my conversation or my our class at least. Please say one in the chat. One means yes. Please answer that you are following the session, or just to verify yourself. You are not a robot and you're human. Say one in the chat if you're human. Okay. Don't answer if you're a robot. Okay, these kind of things are happening today in the market. So we have to check whether humanoid or a robo is attending the event demo also. I have to check it now. So great. So everybody are participating. That's good to hear. So what we see now, see, if I ask you everybody, how is your day going to be tomorrow? So that means you have not seen tomorrow. Okay, but you're trying to predict how will be your tomorrow. Or tomorrow means tomorrow only. That is 21st of January. I'm not talking about 5 years from now. I'm saying what are you going to do this time on 21st January? So what you'll say, based on yesterday, what did you do? Last week, what did you do? Or last 1 month, what you did? Based on that, what you're doing now, you can tell that tomorrow, 10 o'clock or 11 this time, you'll be attending one session, okay? Or another session like that. Or you'll be at least, doing whatever the things you've been doing or browsing. Based on the pattern, you're trying to predict for tomorrow, right? Similarly, based on the data pattern, currently, our database doesn't have for 26 age. Our database doesn't have for 26 age. Now, what are we trying to do? So we are trying to understand that what machine has learned from this data. Okay, some small correction. Based on this data, we are asking it to predict for us. So let's just roll it and ask put 26 here and see what is going to predict for us. So it is predicting 173.644. Both the details are not in the database, but it's able to predict it. That is the answer. That is the beauty. So it is predicting even the data information is not available. That is the power of machine learning. That is the idea of learning this data science subject. Why? Because we are trying to predict and forecast. So we can build lot of projects like this. Please keep it in mind. We will help you to learn those things also. In coming days, lot of projects are there. We'll talk about those projects. We are covering more than 25, 30 plus projects on different areas. So no need to worry with again with different domains. whether you call from retail, banking, telecom, CRM, healthcare, automobile. You'll have a lot of exciting journey in coming days. That is idea. So now what I'll do, you can keep popping your questions in the chat. I'm still here, but I would like this opportunity for you to know your other trainers also. So now Pavan, you can take off the session for next 15-20 minutes. Who is available, Rashmita or Pavan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, quickly please show them how the Power BI looks like. Thank you, Pawan.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible. Let me share my screen. Okay. So the Power BI, especially when it comes to learning part, will be especially focusing upon the structurally. We'll understand like every tool has a way of learning, right? So we'll understand where to get the data from, how to get the data into it, whether it is from different file sources or from cloud sources or from in different formats. So we'll understand data extraction in the beginning, and slowly we'll jump into data transformation using Power Query Editor. Okay, Power BI itself, again, a visualization tool with all the capabilities of data extraction, cleaning, transformation, modeling, as well as applying your logics using DAX functions. DAX is data analysis expressions. It is a formula language, just like we have in English, Hindi, and everything. Power BI, for communicating with the data to perform some calculations, we need that formula language called DAX. And once you are good with all these steps, then we'll be moving ahead with visualization. And then we create a good, beautiful report. And then we'll move ahead with understanding how do you distribute with respect to the clients who are the end users or business users, right? So these are the stages of learning when it comes to Power BI, right? So let me give you some introduction for the tool. Okay, so you might come across this kind of reports, simple reports, where you'll clearly understand what are the different key performance indicators. What is what is it representing? Okay, business here, it contributes to 38%. Right here on the weekends, people are able to, like the business is able to generate more revenue, right? And also the weekdays it is contributing to 70%, right? So like this, you must be able to understand what is the visualization representing as soon as you see it in within few seconds. Okay. Just to give you some example. Okay. So like this, what you'll be doing, we'll be creating multiple visualizations, and you'll be able to create a useful, and insightful business report by understanding the data in thoroughly. Okay. So if you observe, this is your table view where we have multiple tables like this with thousands of rows. Here we have some 9,200 rows. Here we have some 1,34,500, 590 rows. So when you see this huge kind of data, the business owner, or you could say senior management, or the your manager will not be able to understand useful insights, right? When they see the visualizations like this, which you bring it from out of the data, which you create out of the data as insights, it will be more beneficial for them to take some good decisions, actionable decisions, right? Again, this is another calendar table which we have, and these are some small dimensional tables which are used for filtering purpose, right? Like this is a report where you are able to understand, these things which are in table format, as well as this is your report that you will be creating. Kind of, example reports you'll be creating. In the back end, we have something called transform data, where you can try to transform your data using Power Query Editor. Okay. So this just like Excel has Power Query Editor, Power BI also has Power Query Editor, which will enable you to do multiple transformations using M language, as well as by default interface related functions also has several features. Okay, you need not compulsorily learn M language, but having a good understanding of basic knowledge will help you to do much complex transformations if at all your business requires it, right? Like this, we have several, this is your Power Query Editor. We'll study things in detail when I talked about, the stages of learning. We'll study from the beginning end to end how a data analyst should start bringing in the data,
right? Cleaning the data, modeling the data, and then, applying all the data transformations needed, and then applying the calculations and creating a visualization, as well as creating report and distributing it. When you see in this model view, okay, these tables are related with one another, right? So this kind of model which is built, it is a data model. And there are many things which, like, cardinality to discuss about, right? What is bidirectional relationship, active and inactive relationships, right? There are multiple things when it comes to data modeling, which acts as a heart and soul of, you could say, your reporting actually. Okay, all these things could be done in Excel also, but the reason why you'll be learning Power BI majorly is scalability, flexibility, and as well as the data integration capabilities, as well as the, today's world, demands where your visualization, like all the unified platforms which are being existing, as well as Microsoft Power BI is a part of Microsoft Fabric and Power Platform also. So these two things could become a major reason where your Power BI is, leading in the industry. One more thing is, like, in the past 10 years after the launch of Power BI from 2015, you can go through, the online, you could say, statistics. You could understand from past 7 to 8 years, Power BI is taking, continuous lead, as well as it is a industry leading tool in the business intelligence domain. Okay. So I hope you are able to understand, what is the importance of Power BI, how are we going to learn, and the important, prospects of all these things. And suppose you want to, just create a blank report. Okay, just I'm opening a blank report. I'm just trying to basically, show a you know, brief demo about how to bring in the data, and just you can quickly start visualizing as well. Right. What you can do, you can just click on this Excel workbook. Just click on that. Okay. From my desktop, I'm trying to bring in some Excel source. Okay, some orders data. Okay, so here we have multiple tables, right? You can just click on them. Okay, if data is clean directly, you can try to load it. Otherwise, you can click on transform. Okay, so transformation, what it does, it will try to quickly open Power Query editor, right? And this is my orders table where data is clean. In the returns table, here I don't have heading, right? What you can do, you can try to click on this, use first row as headers. Now this table is clean. And we have one more small table where again I need to promote it to the headers. Right. Suppose the last row which I don't want. So for example, what I can do, remove bottom rows. Like this, I can make some transformations which I don't want. Now I'm left with only 4 rows for all these different regions. So these are some 3 tables, okay, which I want to load it into my Power BI desktop. I can simply close and apply. Okay, so like this, we can try to easily fetch our data set and multiple tables into your Power BI where it quickly loads. You see, it is trying to sync the schema, loading the data and evaluate it. And immediately we are able to get even thousands of rows will be quickly loaded into your Power BI desktop. Right. So this is a simple data model based upon the common columns. It will automatically, relate it. So if you want to manually create the relationship, you can create the relationship on the common columns which you have. Okay. Once you save it, so this is a simple, simple basic schema connecting 3 tables with each other. Again, once you are done with your model, where you can see all the 3 tables, you are loading it in your Power BI desktop as well, right? Around 9,989 rows are there. Here, what you can quickly start visualizing as well. For example, if I take a pie chart, okay, so based upon different ship modes, okay, or maybe based upon different ship modes, if I want to see, different, or could say total sales, you can see here, I'm able to understand quickly that standard class total sales is contributing to around 60%, nearly 60%. So quickly, what you can do, you can try to showcase the data like with using a simple drag and drop interface. Okay. But in detail in the back end, there are a lot of things that you have to, focus upon and learn better. Right. For example, you want to understand how different categories are performing. Okay. So what you can do, you can drop in the categories in x-axis and sales in y-axis. You see, we are able to create a good column chart. Formatting and all, I'll just leave it for now because it would consume some time. For example, you want to see a trend. Okay. So you can try to create a line chart where you can simply, use the order date column which is present, as well as you have something called sales column, right? So this will give you a trend like this. Okay, but again, it is not at the month level, so it will be very chaotic. But it will give you some fair idea that where are the peak sales which are happening. To see this peak sales which are happening, you'll be able to identify that particular sales. You see, 25th March, there is some $3,567 of sales. So you can understand, briefly the insights which could be useful. Okay, so if you dive deeper, here we are using only three tables, but there could be even more tables. There could be more complex scenarios. That is where you have to learn the subject, where that is where you will be learning the tool in detail, right? So Power BI, it is not only a visualization tool, it is again a complete, uh, a data analysis tool where it will help you to, model, clean, and visualize it and bring in the insights to the end users end to end, right? So this is a short introduction to these things, I mean the Power BI, and I welcome if anyone has any doubts, and I would hand over to uh, it, Tarun sir.
Uh, Thank you very much, Pawan. I think it was a good session for on people to know the importance of visualization on data visualization. So today, a lot of until unless you find it interactive dashboards, you never would like to look at that application. So whether you talk about Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Uber, or any of that normal day-to-day applications or Facebook, social media, or even the business softwares or applications, what we are looking in the industry currently, we all want nice visualization tools. The very motive of visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, or anything is to make a decision based on data evidence, and the decision can be made by not any IT analyst or any IT expert. With the help of this data visualization tools, common man make a decision. That is a basic advanced level of technology we are in, that where a common man, a normal layman can make a decision based on the data. And data, when you see in form of this kind of graphs and charts, it's easy, right? So you might have seen this scenario in COVID time. In COVID time, we used to find histograms and the apply uptrend and downtrend of gold prices. You see it on daily basis, right? Gold uptrend and downtrend. These are all nothing but data visualization. So you will learn in this course in Power BI what kind of charts are used for what kind of data, whether it is bar chart or histogram or pie chart. This thing, I think we even had a very basic understanding in 7th 8th standard. What is a pie chart, what is a rectangle, and all of it, of course. So same thing, we are in a professional way, you learn through in Power BI visualization tool. Of course, we are covering this in Python also. Now, I would like ask Rashmita to give you a little short intro on SQL database, which is very, very important in the industry when you start as a beginner, in IT part, or even, of course, many people or working professionals know already SQL, but still, please catch up on the intro part of it. Rashmita, you there?
Yeah, I'm there, sir.
Handing over to you, Rashmita.
So I hope everybody can see my screen and voice is audible. Could you please confirm it?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So today, I'll start with a very basic question. As of now, we are discussed about the data, right? So data is going to be, it's like huge, huge volume, like the Instagram likes, videos, reels, shorts, right? All about the data, just like a sand on the beach, right? So to organize that entire data, we were using databases. Okay, so we were using databases. So in this session, I'm going to discuss all about the how exactly from the down to the entire analytics to what exactly you were learning in the SQL pattern. Okay. So all about even the Amazon, Netflix, Zomato, everything is running the huge volume of data, right? So the backend, the data is to be organized in a manner like a structured Excel sheets, like in rows and columns, right? So that's where your raw data is going to convert into a database structured level, like you're putting all your clothes into a cupboard and pulling the right drawers to what exactly you needed, right? So that's where your database is comes into the picture. So now let us understand what is exactly SQL is. Now how I'm able to communicate with you people like language called Telugu, English, Marathi, Hindi, right? The same way, this databases is needed a communicator language, the universal language to communicate one database to another database. So that's where this entire SQL is comes into the picture. So that's what we call it as an universal language of databases. Okay, you can call it like a SQL, SQL, whatever it may be, right? So the main thing is to learn about SQL is how exactly the entire conversation is happening with the database that is going to handle by the SQL. Now to enhance this SQL, we have something called SQL Server. All the data is storing in the database. The communicator is SQL, but it have to run in something, right? So that's where this database is powerful when you are using with an SQL Server. It is a developer, developed by Microsoft, and it is a relational database management system which is communicating one to another tables, one database to another database. That is nothing but a SQL Server. We'll see how exactly the SQL Server is working and all. So now the main upgrades which has happened in the last year is like AI optimizations, like how smartly we can use AI into this entire optimizations. And even the like banking, finance, and healthcare are having the huge records, right? That huge records has to be maintained, secured in a manner. So that's where this entire optimization is happened in 2025. And this 2026, how smartly we can use AI into this, even though a lot of people are afraid of writing huge codes, syntaxes, how we have to learn everything, right? No need to learn everything. This is simple understanding, like how exactly we are using the smart AI in this world. Right now we are living in a Blinkit and Zepto world, right? So that the smart world, we have to use it. That's it. So now let us understand like a little bit short about how exactly the data is working and all. So I'm using something called Docker. Okay, this is the Docker. The container is SQL. I'm using it. Don't worry, we'll go with an step-by-step installation softwares, everything. So here, this is the editor page which you are looking at. This is the Azure cloud I'm using it. So this is the interface, and this entire page is called the editor page. So I'm not going to detail about explaining all these things because we will learn deeper into in our day-to-day sessions. So the a part of here, you can see the server, right? So which I'm using is SQL Server. Okay, so the local host which I'm holding it by this is connecting with an container over here. So this is called Azure. Right now I'm using it. So now let us understand how exactly we can create a table, because all the raw data is there, right? The raw data, we have to manage it properly. So for that, I'll show you a simple understanding how to create a table. So I'm creating a table. Okay, to create a table name called customer data DA, which is 137. So before that, let me connect with a database demo. This is the database. So let me show you how exactly you can do with it. Yeah. So this over here, you will be seeing the databases. I hope everybody can observe this. So this is I have created the database. To create this database, simply you have to go with here and you need to create the database over here. So let us say this is test 2. Okay, test 2. Right. Demo test 2. Okay, so I'm going to create one database. So now you can see I have created a database. So let me read it. So test 2 is what my database. If I open the database, you can see tables, views, all the detailed part of it. Now, if you observe, which I have created the database, there is no such tables is created over here, right? So if I want to create a database, sorry, if I want to create a table into this database, what I have to do, I have to just select the database, what database I want to store my entire data. And then later on, you can see that I'm going to create something called customer data analytics 137. And the ID number is an integer because it's a unique data. So integer, and the name is, it's a character base. So which we have to use it varchar, which is a 50 constant, 50 characters to be stored into it. And the marks, which is integer. So when I'm running this, okay, when I'm running this, you can see that the command is telling me that you have completely successful creating the table. Now if I refresh this into the table, now beautiful table is created. Now if I open, when you ask the columns, you can see that ID, name, marks, everything is beautifully organized, right? So now if I want to see the entire page into this particular desktop, okay, so this over here, what I'll do is I'll write a simple command called select, and asking that I need all the columns from a particular table called customer DA. So if I run this, you can see how beautiful structure it is already created, right? So now if I want to insert some values into it, so simple, I will use insert command into this particular table name, what are the columns is there and what exactly the values I want to import. So simply I'll run this and it is executed, and if I want to see the same select, I will use, and simply you can see that how beautiful simple structured columns and values are created just now, right? So if I want to delete, once your uses is done, if you no longer used with this table, you can also delete this by using a simple command called drop, right? So this is what a simple SQL is all about. So let us see real data now. Okay, so this global store DB is a real database. So let me show you. So this is the database, and this database name called global store, I'm using it. And this is original data set. And you can see that, you can see over here, this is all about the data. How many rows are there? 9,994 rows are there. Now you can see at the down over here, right? So these are the columns. Okay, these are the columns we have it, right? So in this column, for example, let us say I just want to know in the region, okay, in this region, how many unique values are there? Now there is only, I can visibly, it is visible like west, south, like this, right? If your manager asked or somebody asked like how many unique values are there, you want to go with an scrolling the data? No, it is a waste of time, right? So what you do, simply will write with an understanding distinct function over here by using a region from the superstore. You can see how beautifully it is going to give you unique values into it. So this is called a filtering the data. And if you want to smartly see that what are the data at the top 5, like an head of data, you can simply run this, writing a simple command, and you can see only top 5 rows, right? So this is, for example, if we want to filter the data into this region only in the west column, I just want to apply the filter of west. So if I run this, you can see how many rows are affected. 3,203 rows are affected, right? So this is what a simple command writing of SQL. Now you people are aware of what is SQL and what is a database, what is a relational database management system, and how exactly we can create the tables and all, right? So now the main idea about you know understanding the things. So I'll tell you the mantra over here, which is nothing but SQL commands. If you want to master it SQL end to end, this commands is your mantra. So if you're learning the entire commands, okay, now if you look at here, if you look at here, so there is something called data definition language, which right now we have created a table like alter, drop, truncate, everything you can do by using a simple data definition language, and data manipulation language, which is insert, delete, update, everything you can do by manipulating the data, right? So transaction control language, you can save the data, command, rollback, whether you want to, undo the access and everything, you can do it. So data control language, which what people can access your data, the sheets and everything, you can do by accessing, controlling the entire sheets by using data control language, DCL, right? And you know what? This is the 10% of entire SQL commands. If you learn this, entire 10% is going to cover in the 100 percentage. Why? Because if you look at the select is only one command. If you're able to write to select the entire data, your 10% SQL is done for the first time, right? So what I mean to say is, if you are learning in the 100% of SQL, this entire commands carried 80% of SQL, right? So aggregation functions, filtering data, combining data is all about understanding where when you are multiplications of manipulating the data and everything, you can do it over here. And now the major question comes into your mind, I guess. So if I learn SQL, what are the companies can acquire? So you know what? All companies are wanted a people who learned SQL, because if you're 10th pass, definitely you have to learn SQL. That is the main impact nowadays it is having, right? SQL is huge. Most of the people think that SQL is ignored, but SQL having the major role in the industry. If you learn SQL, then your job is going to secure, right? So even in the Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Oracle, IBM, everybody is using this SQL backends, right? So now, if you learn this SQL, what are the opportunities you may go through? Now, data analyst is also having SQL, data administrator, data engineer, software developer, and data scientist even. It is a prerequisite, right? So this all opportunities you can grab when you are learning SQL, right? So all about simple understanding. If you are understanding the language of SQL, simple, the SQL server is maintaining the entire commands over here. So we are using the management studio, which is SQL server is SSMS, and the database is going to store the entire files. The files is nothing but your tables. Simple understanding. This is a skeleton of it, right? I hope everybody understood this SQL simple session. So any questions? No? Okay. So, Alindes, sir, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Rashmita. Thank you for the knowledgeable session on SQL, guys. So we help you to understand the different tools with our trainers who are working with us for these tools from quite a while time now. And to choose data minds to be your mentor, this is my profile on LinkedIn. You can catch up on LinkedIn, and we're actively on all kind of professional platforms, including social media platforms. This is our alumni, members earlier. This being a main demo, we try to help you to understand a data minds profile. On a regular demo, we don't usually cover all these things, but to create that impact, and the trust is important here with you and with us. So, ideally, I would, but not least, I would only, ask you to have little commitment, consistency, discipline to complete the course, then think about a job rather than, running for a job. Job is something you are asking to, render a service, and to give some service, you need to be a professional in that. So today market, you to become a professional, you have to learn more to earn more. So that is ideally the case. We have a lot of more content to speak about, lot of projects we are covering. We can talk about all those things in our regular days. We'll cover a lot of other tools within, which is not only related to the main tools, but also additionally deployment point of view, the project, execution point of view, real-time point of view. We'll talk about, help you to understand during our regular classes. So anybody has any general questions, you can ask me. Anybody has any general questions? Everybody? Anybody have any personal consultation? You can talk to our admin team. They will help you to put up a separate appointment with me for a paid consultation visit before you being a student. whether how will it help you to fit in the course, the curriculum, the contents, your profile to become a data scientist or a data analyst. I can help you with a personal consultation that has to be take an appointment for. Otherwise, you can ask me general question here. Anybody has any general question, you can ask me. So it could be a very silly question also. You can ask me why, because it could be the same question from other participant also. You can ask me. That should be the idea. I'm here for next 5 minutes. You can ask me any questions. You can put it in the chat. Today being the main demo, we have I think some new stock for our data mines branded logo based backs, for first come first service admissions. And please keep it in mind, we have limited enrollments for every batch, so that we want to give maximum attention. We have a ratio based trainers faculty come for students. We don't take more than 25 students based on our ratio of 5 mentors, 5:5. Okay, we follow our standards. That is the idea. So, anybody any more questions? Okay, you can connect us later also, no problem. Our technical consultation team is also available here. See, SQL, SAS, procedural SQL. See, when I started SQL, I became purely as a SQL developer. In SQL developer, normal SQL queries is fine, but again you have PLSQL. What is PLSQL? Is procedural language. I think Soumya is asking this. So procedural SQL is basically while you're working thousands of lines of code while working in retrieving ERP side majorly. But what we are working in data science in SQL is small simple queries. For our data analysts or data science, we are just trying to retrieve some data from the database. That is the idea. So very good question. We are covering SQL for data science and analytics. That's we call SQL analytics. We are not covering SQL, PLSQL or a database course, which is like a 3 to 6 months course. As a primer target for that kind of roles is database administrator. So your target is not to learn SQL for as a database administration or a PLSQL developer. Your idea is to work in analytics area for SQL. Whether you talk about Python or SQL, these are basic to intermediate level required for data scientist or analyst. You don't require advanced Python or front end back end development of Python. We are not covering all those things. Whether you talk about Python or SQL, we are purely covering for data science and analytics. Thank you for that question. SaaS is completely cloud-based model, right? SaaS is nothing but anywhere you're working. So ideally, these are nothing but the tools will be same when you're working in a cloud. That's called SaaS. SaaS is again, if there is another SaaS also for data science for SaaS, that is completely a software. If you are referring it to that, okay. So software as service is different. SaaS, is something little different. Okay. Anybody has any other questions? So of course, you are very much encouraged during our regular classes to speak, to share your thoughts and gain knowledge maximum. So of course, whatever it is there, we are going with limited batches. I think you can catch up on our regular classes. More information you can get from our admin team. And there are always demo day discounts and some freebies only for demo day. Please keep it in mind. Don't ask us again latter part of it. So we follow certain company policies we've been following from last 3-5 years now. So we follow the same pattern. Thank you so much. And I wish you everybody wish you happy new year and have a successful transition this year. Thank you guys.